Hi guys and gals. You all know there was a lot of wind a couple days ago, a lot of corn's down, and I wanted to make a short video to explain to you kind of the different symptoms I'm seeing out there and you know what kind of yield loss you might expect. So Physoderma node rot was not as bad this year as it was last year, but out here you're going to find some plants that literally the tops are missing, and you're going to find some rotting at the node where the top of the plant blew off. You know, that was a plant that was affected by Physoderma, and the top of the plant's gone, and if the ear's gone, obviously that plant lost 100% of its yield. The other thing you're going to see out here is you're going to see a lot of plants that have bent over and crimped between nodes. So here's this node below the ear, and it literally bent over at the node. Okay? That's pretty rare. You don't see that a lot, but in these extreme wind events, you will. And this is also going to severely limit yield. We don't have a lot of good research or data on how much, but we think as much as 50%. Because the phloem, which delivers sugars to the ear and water and nutrients from the soil, is literally pinched off. So it will continue to fill, but it's going to make it very challenging. The other thing that I'm seeing is physical root lodging. So lodging that starts to pull the roots out of the ground. And there's actually an Ohio State study going on right now looking at reproductive growth stage lodging effects on yield. And they're finding if root lodging happens at R3, there's about a 35% reduction in yield. So that's kind of the variation in, expectations for what yield loss could look like. But let me also tell you, it's going to depend a lot on the maturity of the corn, right? So this is a 113-day hybrid that I'm in right now. It's actually already just about R5 or dent, okay? So it's pretty far along. I bet you that 105 down there is probably half milk line. So these early maturing hybrids, because of the timing of this wind event, are probably going to be real good relative to these fuller season varieties that just weren't as far along in reproductive growth when this happened. So it's going to depend on the kind of lodging you had. It's also going to depend heavily on what the maturity was and at what point in grain fill were you in. So I know I threw a lot at you. I know I didn't give you a lot of answers, but I wanted to give you some things to think about when we start talking about how much yield did I lose because of the wind.